get straight into it then.
Right, cut that and
right, what's your body count limit for someone that you're dating? Someone that you're dating seriously?
I reckon that comes down to how insecure you are, you know.
Yeah, because I'm not fussed.
If you're,
I'm saying the same, but I'm not really too fussed about it. To be fair.
like if it's,
I
wouldn't ask.
No, because some people would be.
I want to see your thoughts.
Yeah, you are.
Well, no, because you got.
I think most of us are on the same boat, really.
So like if let's say like you met a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, you just met her wherever, and then like going out for a few weeks, and then she's I got to the question, what's your body count? Yes, say you said like 7. Yeah. And then you asked her, and she's like, 150. Is that putting you off?
Yeah,
okay, well,
no, I think 150 is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because like for me, when I said
that would be concerning.
Yeah.
Okay, if she's there like 30. 30 is quite.
How old are we saying?
Yeah, 30.
Yeah, it depends on the age.
Like, at our age now, so
our age,
we're like mid to late 20s.
Okay.
So let's say she's like 27. She's at like
30. I'd say is alright. For 27,
Yeah, I'd say 30 is alright for 27.
Yeah.
I'd say that's cool.
To be fair, I wouldn't put like a limit to it. I wouldn't say like a set number.
I would. I'd say like as soon as you get to 3 digits,
there's.
I was
gonna say,
I'd say 3 digits is a bit mad.
There would be a number where you guys would be like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Especially if it depends on the age as well, because if they're like 25 and they've got like 100 bodies, to be honest, that's just extreme.
I reckon once you start getting past like 30, 40, then you kind of, it's a bit ropey from there. 40. Like, that's a lot of people to go through. Like, obviously,
I know what you mean.
To be fair, I swear people actually...
Yeah, but then, if you think about it, right, alright, so... What's our body count then? Would you say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're saying that we wouldn't take a girl who's like 30, 40, I'm not going to lie.
I know that's why you're defending it.
Yeah,
you know, it's a bit
mine's not bad.
Like, huh?
But I'll give a bracket between, because mine's 5 to 10.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I'm fine.
You seem like a relationship kind of guy, though.
Yeah.
In terms,
yeah. No, I am, but I'm just saying, no, I'm blushing. But now I'm saying, like, even like I'm 5 to 10 and 30 wouldn't bother me still, even though I was 5. Like,
okay, that's fair enough. I guess it also depends on the girl as well, because if she's showing you signs where, you know, she's like mature, she seems like a good girl and stuff like that. I guess
if it was just a phase, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly. If it's like an ongoing thing,
you're
still, you know, consistently.
Yeah, if she's kind of moving mad still, then you know, I'm probably not going to consider wifey now.
Like 27, you got to think a 27-year-old, like say they are having sex from 16 years old. Mm-hmm. That's 2 years before they've even gone to like a uni or started earning money or left home, and then they leave home, go clubbing for 3-4 years till they're 22. Relationships are like 30's not bad.
Yeah,
30's not bad.
Yeah,
when you hit that age, if you're like an 18-year-old who's 30, then that's a bit mad.
Yeah, true.
It all depends on the age.
2 years, like on that, well, legally 2 years a client. You're already at 30.
That's a bit rough.
Yeah, no, I get you. So on the age thing, then, do you have like a particular like age of like girl that you would date, like as a limit? What's the oldest you would go?
You know the thing is, they say half your age and then add 7.
Half your age and add 7.
Because that'll give you like.
Oh, okay.
That'll give you like a general for like if you had to go younger. Right. What's like not accepted, but just kind of like a decent age below you.
Yeah, but it kind of.
Because if you're, let's say you're 40, half your age 20, add 7, 20. So 40 and 27 is probably like.
That'd be 18 for me.
So that would be 22 for me. What? That don't make sense.
He's fuming. He's fuming.
Yeah.
I think so.
So what's the lowest?
I'd say the lowest I'd go is probably. Well, I'm moving mad about 22, but I'd probably say like 24.
Yeah.
Maybe 22 if she's like mature. Do you know what I'm saying?
Then
I won't really.
Are you going to tell these man how old you are
that mature, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm 30, I don't...
Oh, okay, yeah.
No,
you're just saying that, I'm 22, but you...
Oh, sorry, I thought I already said that.
Mate, you might be like 40 or something.
Oh, right, I'm 30, so like, I'd say like 23, 24 would be...
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
definitely makes sense.
Well, I'm 24 now, so half 12 add 7 and been 19. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's probably about the lowest I'd go. But yeah, to be honest, that sounds like it's pushing it a bit. But like it's still makes sense. Like
you vote for your age.
Yeah, exactly.
Because 18 is still sixth form for me, and that's mine. Like, so I'm 23.
Yeah.
So do the whole maths thing. That's 18. I couldn't see myself doing that.
Yeah. It does sound. It does sound a bit
like borderline.
Yeah.
Don't get cancelled podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
A happy relationship anyway. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you have a limit?
No, I was the same as you. 24, 25.
You're fair. You're fair.
So
you have to have some sort of maturity about you.
As long as she's mature, then it's calm. I don't want no girls like depending on me. Do you know what I'm saying? I do like an independent girl. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'd like to treat a girl, but not if she's like dependent on me completely. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It gets too much. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So on the other end, do you have like a age like going upwards? We'll put it this way, right? What's the oldest you planted?
No, I mean, to be honest,
my body. You ain't gonna say that.
No. Yeah, my body.
But I would say, if I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like in a relationship.
Yeah, in a relationship. Okay. Relationship, is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
No, just in general.
Because there's different.
Right, let's say, what's the oldest you'd be in a relationship with someone older?
Go on then. Yeah, relationship. Go on.
To be honest, I don't know, because I feel like once you pass a certain age, then it just depends on the person. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's like age starts like playing into like looks and stuff like that. But I don't know. That's dependent on who you are.
I think like when you think about it, most girls are past their prime, past like 40. In terms of looks, they're not going to be. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's not much 40-year-old. You could look nice at 40. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of course, man. The better girls to look nice at 40. But yeah, I get what you're saying. That's
options. So if you're like a 22-year-old, you're not going to be dating a 40-year-old because there's younger girls. There's more girls that are younger and better looking. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. I think it's just like it does depend on the person, because I'm sure you'd find somebody who's 22 who loves a cougar, mate. Loves a lady in her 50s or something.
Yeah. But then it's different between a relationship and just a one night stand, isn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
Because like getting in a relationship with someone 30 years older than you.
Yeah, that's a bit hard.
Yeah.
I would say 35, like for me, 36 maybe. 36, but I think once you go past 40, then you're talking about somebody who's just got a different perspective of life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Actually,
it's hard to relate.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, you got a good point there. Yeah, fair enough. So what you man saying? You got any talking points yourself? You trying to?
What from that? I'll try and think.
Fucking hell. I don't know. Have you lot got preference? It's a bit different. I'm in a relationship, so.
So am I.
Yeah.
So you got.
So Billy.
Yeah, but you can still have a preference.
I mean, my preference is my missus.
Same.
Always has been. Always
said it. Preference is my missus.
No, I swear.
Try not to get into.
Yeah, okay. What's that?
It's always brunette.
Okay.
Brunette. Is that what we're talking? Like tight?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, to be fair, I think with hair colour, to me.
So what do you want me to do? Because for me, it's personality really. Because I didn't want the girlfriend before I got with Meg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want the girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And we just ended up getting along.
Yeah.
Was it that you weren't looking like, or you're there like you're actively like, I don't want to be?
No. It's not that I didn't want it at the time, but I wasn't actively not looking for it.
You wasn't seeking a relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
No, fair.
Just turn into it. So like for me, it's not really about preference.
I'd say the same. Like I don't really have a preference in terms of like looks. I think more personality. Like I mean, I think it's easy for us all to say that because of course we're gonna go with personality first. Especially if we're talking about relationships. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about just like a one night stand or something like that, then it's
like with relationships. A lot of people would just date on looks anyway. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if I would, to be fair.
No, not us. But I'm saying. I think
like
there's a large amount of people that literally just care about looks.
Yeah,
as long as their girlfriend's pretty, they're cool.
I mean, like obviously, when you look at like things like Tinder and stuff, and like Bumble and all the dating apps, it's all like looks to start with. But I guess like that's where you kind of like strike the conversation and actually see if you like them before you actually meet them. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of those.
So if you was talking to a 10, and she was the girl of your dreams, and the conversation was dead. Where's it going?
Not even
trying to make it.
It's not even just like if you argued or like
I mean, like, arguing and stuff like that happens, isn't it? So,
yeah,
like,
but like, I think sometimes it's not healthy you're doing it 24/7. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you just didn't get along,
yeah,
you hated the same stuff you're doing. Like, if your personalities clashed, you can't carry it on just because.
Of course, but and that's what I'm saying. So that's
some people do that.
down to.
Yeah, and that's what's mad.
Yeah, and that's where it's not healthy because you're gonna end up in a relationship where you're gonna eventually just gonna break up in it because just the looks ain't gonna be enough. Do you know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong, looks goes a long way.
Exactly. Important.
Yeah, of course.
But that's where it all stems from. Like that's all the start of every single relationship starts with looks. Yeah. It all starts with looks.
That's the initial thing. That's what I was talking about with the Tinder and stuff. Like when you swipe, you're only looking at the looks.
Exactly.
You can't see anything else.
You can't see anything else. So unless you swipe, you match, and then you check the profile.
Because like we always say personality, but literally the first thing we always do is the looks.
Yeah.
If you don't find them attractive, you don't matter what their personality is like. Really, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, just as long as you got someone that you kind of vibe with, you get on with and stuff like that. That's the kind of person I'd actually want to date. Like, personally, like.
But I feel like initially that's always going to be the case with loads of people because for the first like couple of months, it's always going to be both of you trying to show your best side. Do you know what I mean? You're not really going to show your true colours yet, so you can always end up. Someone can end up exposing their character over time. Do you know what I mean?
That does happen.
That's why relationships break off after X amount of time.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
What do you say the cut-off is then? How long? What do you reckon the maximum is then? How long it takes to fully?
To know someone properly.
Yeah, until you get to that point, how long it takes to get to that point where you're like,
I'd say anything over 6 months. Really.
6 months.
It depends how much you're talking to them.
That's true. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's like an amount of time. I think it's just how you know them, because like knowing, I'd say like, I know it's extreme, but like being in like a long distance relationship compared to like living with someone, you probably witness two different like people completely. So I'd say like let's say you were with them, you moved in after like a year, for example. I'd say a year in like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Then by then you should probably know. Yeah, this is not the one.
Yeah.
Like this could work sort of thing.
No, I get you. For me, like I find that I don't really have a set time, just like you just said. But I find that in my past relationships, that's what I was just gonna say. My past relationships, I find that there's like a consistency of like 3 months, like per relationship. Where I'm like after the 3rd month, I'm like, I'm not too sure about this. But obviously my most recent one was like a year and a half or something. So that was like a little bit more like okay, actually no, I can kind of see. But yeah, things start coming out where you're like, oh, actually, maybe I was kind of wrong on this, and then it doesn't really go right, So
I think that happens with those relationships.
You can't really put a time on it. You could say 3 months, or you could say a year and a half. It depends on the girl and the relationship.
Yeah, mate, you might find something out about them like 20 years down the line or something that's you're there like, it's not the one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm speaking like I've literally this is the only relationship I've been in.
Same.
So I don't know what frame of reference I'm talking about here.
But
I'm assuming.
Like an open perspective sort of thing.
From TV shows and stuff.
But you know what you're gonna find out 20 years down the line that's gonna make you cut 20 years off.
I don't know.
There's surely nothing.
It'd have to be huge. It'd have to be the.
Do you know what I mean? For 20.
I know what you mean.
Would you really hold on to something from 20 years ago if you found out about it?
What you're saying, like adultery and stuff.
That it could be anything.
But that's what
I don't know, man. I've seen some mad movies, But I know what you're saying. In reality, like
I mean, listen. If somebody's life was completely, someone was living a lie, that's different. Like if you. But what could you? You couldn't really find out.
That's what like. They'd have to have like a completely other family.
Yeah. It have to be something like that.
Yeah. But that's what I mean.
That's crazy.
Like it's nuts, but I'm sure it's happened somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I mean.
But it probably happens. It's probably more.
Way more common than we think.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. Going back to the dating, you guys probably know about this because obviously you're in relationships and that. But obviously with Tinder, the guys talk first as usual per tradition. But with Bumble, the girl actually talks first.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
you probably don't know about that. But what do you think about that sort of tradition kind of flipping on its head? My guys just walked out of the podcast, Was it something I said? Was I just being boring? It's just just got up on left, fam. He must have thought, I'm just talking again, bro.
Oh, fucking he's talking about Bumble or something. He's like, I'm not talking about Bumble again.
I can't take much more of this.
Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that picture of Piers Morgan leaving the interview. He's like walking out. He's saying
now, just got up and left, bro. I've not seen that one though.
He's just left.
Oh, he went to get water.
What the rubbish?
Oh, yeah.
Several did I
Mate,
That
you,
was fucking
you just,
unreal.
you just got up and you didn't say a word.
Yeah, to get some water.
Hey, bro, whilst you were there, you could have sorted us out, you know.
In it.
Yeah, no,
I think there's like one cup.
Thanks for offering the rest of the
There's one cup in there. So.
Alright, anyway, sorry. As you were
Nah,
saying.
that was funny, bro. Just the way you got up and left. Nah, I was talking about I was talking about how like obviously with Tinder, yeah, the guys talk first, like as per tradition. But with Bumble, the girls actually talk first. Right, like they do the introductions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, what do you think about like obviously how tradition's like flipping on its head, and in that kind of way? You see what I'm saying?
I think, well, not to stray too far from the point, but like a lot of things that have come down to tradition, especially nowadays. Like everything's just getting turned around.
Everything's
Obviously,
changing.
I'd say that's part of it, like, because you know the man talking first or approaching is meant to be like might be like a gentleman thing to do, but like. That doesn't really matter anymore. People just do
I
whatever.
think those kind of values they're gone on it.
It's
all switched up.
Those values are changing, you know, like the gentleman opening the doors for the girl and like bringing flowers and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, that still happens though. To be fair, that's
I
not
don't know
really
if they do it
gone.
now. Like I'm in a shop and I see a woman coming in, I'm like, do I hold it open? Are they gonna get offended if I hold it open?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you know, like. Oh, I'm an independent woman. I can open my own
But
door.
then I say this, but this never happens yet.
Yeah,
Every time I hold the door,
never
open,
been.
Yeah, that's
something
true.
lovely
That's
and
true.
really
That's
grateful.
true. Yeah,
but,
most people just appreciate it, won't they?
but I've seen.
Now I've seen people get offended by it.
Yeah,
Really?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like back in the day, no one would get offended by that.
Yeah,
It's like chivalry or whatever.
Chivalry. Yeah.
Chivalry.
Yeah,
So
it's a
yeah,
nice thing to
what
do,
was
isn't
the incident where someone's?
I can't remember it fully, but I know it's happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How can you get offended by someone holding the door?
It's because of the whole. I don't know if I'm touching on dangerous.
No, mate.
boundaries here.
No, that's what I'm saying. Mate, don't get cancelled.
Some people
The
actually
whole
do feel like
feminism thing, yeah, like
you're taking away their. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, like
You're basically saying they can't do it for themselves.
yeah,
You know?
it's like I can hold my own.
Now
door.
see that's
Most people, I think 99% of people.
I think it's got to the point now though, like pretty much whenever anyone sees someone coming in the door now, you hold it regardless.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's
what
just
I mean.
it's a natural
You
thing
know,
for me.
So I think
On that though, it's annoying when like someone's like held the door up for you, but you're like proper far away, and you have to like
Yeah,
do
yeah,
like
yeah.
a little run, like do like a
Oh.
little scoot to get to the door.
that makes
So
no
you
difference
just-
whatsoever. It makes
Yeah,
no
yeah.
difference whatsoever. The little pigeon steps.
Yeah,
It's just
the
you're
little-
walking at the exact same pace.
It's
But
got to look like you're making a bit of effort to get
Yeah, to get there.
And then
Yeah,
imagine how awkward it would be if they're holding the door and you're there like, oh thanks, you just carry on walking at normal speed.
Yeah,
Oh.
right.
Yeah, they're just stood there for like an extra like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
This actually leads on to something, yeah, and I hate this because obviously I don't drive and neither does my girlfriend, so we walk everywhere. And I hate when I'm walking and I'm crossing the road, and I stop because there's a car coming in, and they're coming in on the junction, so they're like kind of turning in, and it's a bit awkward for them. But then they stop for you to cross, but I've already stopped, and it takes more effort for me to start walking and getting across the road before they just come over. I'm just like, well, I stopped. Just you're the
Before
car,
you
you
go,
drive,
yeah,
and then I'll go after
and
you.
then I'll go
It's
It does
quicker
my
for the
head
car to go
in.
than
That's
you
what I mean.
to
And
go.
they think they're being really polite, and I'm just like, fucking go.
Just
And
go.
it's got to the point it happens all the time now. I'm just like, I'm making it look like I'm angry that they've let me go. So it's like, you don't do it again.
That's actually quite funny because obviously I drive. I mean,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
girlfriend drive, and kind of looking at it when you're in the car. Sometimes if there's someone waiting and I don't have to let them cross, I won't. If they already look like they're like halfway across the road.
Oh yeah.
And that's when I'm just there like, oh, just fucking go.
Now,
Like,
all of
whatever.
these scenarios I'm saying as well are like, because I wouldn't get annoyed if I was halfway across the road. If like they stopped, I'd be grateful. Do you know what I mean? I don't want them to carry on going when I'm halfway across the road.
Yeah.
It's when I'm stopping on the path and I'm like, you go. I've actually stopped here. I'm ready for you to go, and I'll just go after.
And then you
and
go
then they
after,
stop.
like, yeah.
I'm like, oh, here we go. And then there's a car. There's a line being held up behind them, and I'm just walking along.
After you've like broken your stride and
Yeah,
everything.
that's my head in. Really does my head in.
You sound angry just talking about
trust me. It seems like it's bothering you.
It really gets on my nerves when it happens. Like, that's what I mean. Like I make sure that the driver can see I'm annoyed,
Yeah.
so they don't do it
You
again.
give it one of
Yeah, I wanted to wait. Yeah.
Yeah, as if
Yeah,
he's
I'll
not
be
going to do it
like-
again. Man.
So on that topic there, what would you say? Do you guys have like a pet peeve, like something that kind of grains on you?
It sounds weird, yeah, but I hate it. I don't like being like. I don't like it when someone hits me without, like, unnecessarily. Let's say me and
What
you
do
were
you
just
mean, like,
having.
How often do you get hit?
Let's say me and you were having a conversation. No, it sounds weird, but
Yeah,
it's just in my head. Let's say me and you are having a conversation,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like, let's say we're having a little joke and we start laughing, maybe like start like punching my arm or something. Like,
Yeah.
I'll stop laughing. I'm trying to stop touching me.
Right.
It's just It's just fucking irritating.
Bro, I feel like no one's done that to me before.
Yeah,
but-
I don't really get it.
It's actually bad.
Maybe it's like touching, but I don't get punched.
Maybe that not like
Yeah,
hard,
yeah,
but
yeah.
just
Don't
like,
punch him.
a bit of a joke. I just get the fuck off
just
me.
get off me.
Yeah,
Is
don't
this,
touch me.
is this the night out or like, I just don't get it.
Just in general. I think maybe because when I was
For me, I think it's like personal space. I don't know why you're getting punched, but like
Yeah,
we're talking about like.
space. Kind
But
of
that,
what
maybe that's when I was at school because
Right,
shit
yeah.
was just kind of like that all the time.
Yeah, nah. Okay.
At least for me it was anyway.
Nah, that's fair enough.
That's
It's like if your mates do it, it's calm, but there's some people who are just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think personal space is quite a general thing though. No
Yeah,
one, like
of
if a randomer comes up to you, puts his hand on your shoulder,
Yeah, that's a
Get
bit too much.
don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm not your mate.
I don't know you like that.
See, I hate that, but like, it's like I was on the tube the other day and like we were like sardines in a tin.
Mate, the tube.
Oh,
I haven't
Saturday.
been to.
It was a bit too much.
People
I haven't
in my
been to
face
London
and
often.
like
I was just gonna
touching
say
me.
that's the thing I hate about London, bro. Just how
Yeah.
busy it is, and
Everyone's got
Congested.
everyone's got places to be as well.
Yeah,
Like
man.
if it's like if you're walking in the street, I feel like if you're not walking at the same speed as everyone else, like you're just
you're gonna get
you're gonna
catted.
get pushed out the way or
and
something.
that kind of ties into what you were saying earlier. You wouldn't like London, bro.
Yeah, it's
You would not like London.
I'm not upset, boys, but I've just I've got hay fever in December apparently.
Crying?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was gonna
crying
say you're
apparently.
tearing
Nah,
up.
I'm not
Because
gonna
LinkedIn-
I'm not upset. I didn't have a drink. I'm
Luke
upset he
didn't
didn't
get
offer me
water.
one. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, my experience with London's been weird, man. Like I've only, to be honest, like being an adult, I haven't been loads. I reckon I've maybe been like 2-3 times, and only those are for shows, and like a lot of the time it's go to the show and then leave.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah, I
then
get you.
I have had one time where I was in London and some guy, I think me and a couple of friends were going to Forbidden Planet, like a cosmetic shop.
Oh.
It's called Forbidden Planet, and like we were outside. I think we were about to walk in, and some random guy just starts. He comes up to us and starts rapping.
What, just
Like-
out of nowhere?
Yeah, just starts spitting bars. Like obviously, I'm not a very big person, right?
Yeah.
And my other 2 friends, they're like 6'2", right?
Random.
But he's like 6'2". One of them's pretty wham, to be fair. But he's probably like my size, and he just comes up to us and starts spitting bars about nothing. And then he's like he finished, and we shout like, oh yeah, that's sick, mate. And then he's there like, and he just whacks out a Bible. They're like, oh, can I just start talking about like religion and Jesus?
Was he rapping about the Bible?
Yeah, was it rapping like about...
I think a
Yeah,
little,
what was you
like,
rapping about?
I think little bits, but mate, I don't know. None of us were listening because we was thinking like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he just like pulls out a Bible, he starts talking about like religion and like Jesus. And
Yeah, you get people like that, to be honest.
He probably has so many talents. He's like trying to
That's-
reel them all off, find the one that you want, and then he'll just carry on. Give you a bit of rapping, you want into that. See if he's really good.
Bro, Shay's got people
next he had
punching
juggling.
him, rapping to him, showing him Bibles, all sorts.
Yeah.
That's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
you do
man.
get some
Yeah,
weird
you
people
got
in
some,
London,
you got some
don't
random
mate.
encounters.
you? Yeah, obviously you're from London, innit? So like
Yeah.
you would know, but
What
I'm
part
just
of
used to
London?
it, innit? South.
Yeah,
what would you say like is like a massive difference between like Bournemouth and London?
I don't know, I think Bournemouth's just laid back. It's just
Yeah.
chilled, man. You get the nice beach. It's just a bit, it's a good mix of both, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't imagine if London had a beach, it would be nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Don't they have like a fake beach or something? I'm sure I heard of that
Oh
somewhere.
no, I've never seen it.
It can't be that good.
Like a Nah, it's mad. You were actually talking about the religion thing earlier. I was actually going to touch on that because it's actually one of the points here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does religion do more harm than good? Would you say? I think most people. I think that's like a generic type thing that most people would say.
It's
More
the
harm.
See, I think it could do more good. That's a good
Yeah.
thing, but some people are twats.
extremists. Man.
Yeah.
But it's every religion has twats in their religion.
Yeah, of course. Even
Yeah,
people
that's
who
true.
aren't religious
Who interpret
are
it in their
extremists.
own
No.
way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Yeah,
they're
some people just take religion the wrong way.
I'd say 99% of people use it for good, innit?
Yeah.
And then the 1% is the you don't see news articles about the good things that come from it, and you don't.
Why-
Do you know what I mean?
Don't make money.
Yeah, I'm guessing for
No,
most people,
I'm not saying
it's
there's an
probably good for
agenda,
them.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think yeah, like Danny said, most religions fine, but it's just the extremists of whatever you believe
Yeah.
in
That's
are the ones who probably even the ones who, because I'm not like religious or anything, but like someone like me, I'd be there like it'd be interesting to like believe in something like that, but
Yeah.
seeing like the extremists, I wouldn't want to be
Yeah.
like around in that sort of environment
Yeah,
where
I
it's
know.
so. I don't need.
Yeah, but that is just the extreme side to it, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not gonna go to like a church or a mosque and someone's gonna start recruiting you to some sort of fucking suicide squad.
Some cult, innit?
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I mean, you can get that, but I'm saying
it's not. I can't imagine it's common.
90% of it, it's not about it.
And I guess that's where racism can come, where people just kind of think like, you see someone who looks Muslim, you just think it's extremist, so you just like, you just think, you look down on them automatically. And
Yeah, just stereotypes, isn't it?
Yeah, stereotypes, basically what I'm saying.
But I feel like it's like religion's being used for everything now. Like, if something's controversial, the first thing that's brought to attention is the religious side of it. Like, straight away, this football tournament, the World Cup, the religious. It's the biggest standpoint on it, isn't it? It's like their culture versus ours. Rules, we're going over there, and we're not respecting their culture. They're not happy with that. We're not happy with what they're doing. We're saying we're getting the footballers to wear the armbands, but the thing is like, why is it coming up just because the World Cup's over there? Well, our banks are pretty much involved with Qatari owners. We're literally there's Qatari consortiums in pretty much most things in England, and we're fine with it. Why is it now? Because there's a football tournament over there. Why is it a big thing?
Makes you think as well when the World Cup's over, you're going to carry on.
Exactly.
No one's going to care.
People just go, the World Cup's finished
in
now.
2 weeks' time, no one's. You're going to say to people like, what's going on with the immigrant?
Would you say?
People be like, what?
I would go as far to say we're in the quarterfinals now. So what was that, a week and a half, 2 weeks into the tournament? Nobody really cares anymore.
Yeah,
that's actually true.
No one's actually even talking about it.
It's the internet. That's what happens. Something comes up on the internet, and everyone, it would be a massive uproar.
Everyone gets on
for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. No one cares.
And there's also like these videos of like people going, they're having to take their own videos because like our media won't show us. Like, there's loads of Qatari people at the end of the games like coming out from their own homes providing like hot drinks and snacks for the fans.
Oh, is
really?
it?
That's not getting exactly. What do you mean? Is it really?
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
That's actually the point.
But it's like, who was it?
Yeah,
There was a football fan.
Like a famous fan.
I don't know if he's a famous fan, but someone. Oh, do you know Vooch?
Vucevic in Poland.
Yeah. So Vooch, he was. I can't. He might have been to a Serbia game or something. He's Serbian, or he could have been to any of the games, but I just assume that's where he's from. And at the end of the game, he was going around and people they were just letting you have everything, and there was like taxi drivers coming through, and they were going to their window, letting them have a cake and stuff. You don't see that on the news.
No.
Yeah, only the negative stuff, innit?
It's just crazy. Do you know what it is? It's people like Piers Morgan, isn't it?
Yeah.
When they tweet one thing, he's got like all those followers
gets on it.
that like him.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I can't like Piers Morgan does. Man.
I like it though. I can't lie.
And I know you do.
It's even the people that
I like
don't
him. He's a good journalist.
I did.
Well, you did like him.
I did like him, and I think I still do, but I'm not sure. He just does things.
I respect him.
The thing is, I feel like now that when it's got to a point now in society where if I disagree with someone, I feel like I have to hate him. But it's because I love him, and I've always loved his like stuff, and I've loved him like riling people up on like Good Morning Britain or whatever he's on. But as soon as he does something I disagree with, I'm like, I hate him now. But I shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, you can't.
That's what I mean. So I should say I still like him, but I disagree with what he said.
Yeah, because when you think about actual people, like your friends and stuff, you don't judge them on one bad thing that you do.
Exactly.
Nah,
Do you know what I mean? So because these celebrities in the limelight, that's what we do.
Yeah.
No,
saying that kind of the opposite way around, where you kind of hate someone, but you might agree with a couple of things they say. Someone like Andrew Tate.
I was just about to bring him up. That's crazy. I was literally just about to bring him up.
It's
In
annoying.
terms of percentages, agree to
say,
disagree. Yeah. What would you say you are?
With
Andrew Tate, agree to disagree. Percentage.
From what I hear, I'd maybe say like 20% agree. Like it's not a lot, but like I do when he starts talking about like if you want something, just go and do it. Like you have to go.
You're better yourself type stuff.
Yeah, like that part. I'm there like fully. It's like 100%.
Because he's clearly a businessman, isn't it? Like,
but I don't. Do you know what? Going back to what you said about the percentage. Why does that even matter when you think about it properly? Because
he's so extreme with what he says. Because like he's a well-known
Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it is entertainment. A lot of it is just it's just clickbaity stuff.
But he's still saying it though.
You can tell by the way he means what he says. Like a lot of the things he says is just like a no-go. Bro, trust me. Like
how much things do I say that you don't agree with though?
Bro, you don't say the mad things.
Yeah, you're not being outrageous.
Bro, I haven't even said my percentage yet.
Oh yeah,
I'm about 70 agree, lad.
Is it?
I like it.
I know you. I seen you put something on the chat about him, and I was like, I can't. You actually.
No, I like him, but I don't agree with
some. Like, but like with Shane, I agree. There's some truth to what he says, but in some of the things that are less mean.
It's how he gets his message across.
Yeah, like you said about like you need to get yourself up in the morning, like.
Just to go do it.
I know it's like the most basic thing you said, but like stuff like that, like help yourself, like that sort of talk that he gives you, and he's like, you just need to get out of like the crap jobs that we're all in and just start a business, that sort of stuff.
So I rate that, and from my perspective, I'll say my percentage is probably the same as yours. 20% agree, because the stuff that he talks about, at the end of the day, this guy, is he a billionaire or millionaire?
He's got to be getting close to a billionaire.
He's got yachts and jets, I think.
Either way, he's got a lot of money. He's obviously very clever. So when he does the motivational speeches and stuff, I do rate that bit. But then, like, he goes on to talk about women in a certain way that I'm like, rah, you're moving crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you a particular example, right? Somebody asked him, right, if you're with a girl and she wants to go out, on a late night, she wants to go to a shop or whatever, and she's going to be passing through some alleyways, would you let her go? And then he said something, do you know the one I'm talking about, right? And he said something along the lines of, I wouldn't let her go, because obviously I wouldn't be there to protect her. As the man, I have a certain responsibility to protect the girl, so if I'm not going to be there, I wouldn't want her to go. So in my opinion, I'm looking at that and I'm like, this is why I say like 20% agree, because I agree with the part of like, as a man, you have a certain responsibility to protect your woman, right? I agree with that. But then it's like, if the woman still says, I want to go out, you can't say anything. You have no, you should have no say in that matter. Well, he's saying that he should have a say in the matter, because if it's his responsibility to protect her as a man, then he should also have at least half of the say as to whether she goes out or not. I'm like, no, because then that's ownership. You don't own her. Just because,
but do you know what?
I
kind of see what he's saying. If he said in terms of when you're in a relationship, there's an agreement between two people. I don't know. It's like a secret agreement almost. Like that they are yours and you're theirs. So you come to compromises in loads of situations.
Yeah, of course. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's compromise. so in that example, I would be saying to her, I would say, personally, I think it's best that you stay in because it's dangerous out there and I'm not going to be there to protect you, right? So if she wants to compromise and say, okay, cool, I'll stay in, we'll get a takeaway, watch a movie, whatever, then that's calm, right? She's happy to do that. Yeah. But if she then says, actually, nah, I'm still going to go out, I'm not going to, like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to push back on that because it's her.
Yeah, ultimately, yeah.
As soon as you stop her, if they were adamant on going and they're not listening to your advice.
Yeah.
As soon as they've made that decision and there's no way of changing that, there's nothing you can do to stop them.
Yeah.
You can't physically stop them or like.
I don't even think. Sorry.
No, but or verbally say you're not going. Like there's. Right, as soon as you get to that point, I think that's when you've crossed the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's controlling behaviour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If he's just saying in terms of, I wouldn't want my girl going out at night past in a dangerous area. Then that just makes sense.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? You can't really argue with that.
So this is what
I'm saying. That's not what he said, though, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
if that was all he was saying,
he actually,
he was actually trying to say like, I should have half of the decision. Not saying that it's your decision, but I can kind of advise you. He's saying that half of the decision is mine. Do you see what I'm saying?
He actually, to be fair, there was a video later that came out and he then explained it, and then what we all just discussed then. He said
he's on the.
So like he said like I meant he claims he went, oh yeah, I said I want to have a say and say like I don't want you to go out, but if you want to go out, then
he said that on Piers Morgan though.
That's what he said on Piers Morgan, but that was after the comment, and that's what Piers Morgan had a problem with, is because he says these things without the backup for it, waits to go viral when everyone hates him, and then gives the explanations. Because anyone could say that everyone believes what we just discussed. Everyone believes that you shouldn't be able to control them, but you should have a say in just like, I don't think you should do this and that. But he said the extreme thing to go viral, and then when he got called out on it, then he explained the way we just did. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
if he came out and kind of like explained himself, like did, then fair enough.
But then he wouldn't have gone viral. Do you know what I mean? Like these things won't go viral if he does explain it because it wouldn't be that mad because that's what everyone should.
I'm pretty sure I saw the Piers Morgan. Is that the one with Piers Morgan? Did you say?
He did.
It's actually funny because this is actually one of the reasons why I say I don't like Piers Morgan.
Oh yeah.
I was watching a particular clip on that interview. And it was trying to bait Andrew Tate out by saying something like, because Andrew Tate had gone on another talk show host's show, and like the certain things that talk show was doing that people don't believe in is kind of controversial. So Piers Morgan was kind of saying to him that, so you kind of agree with them then, you agree with that talk show host because you went on this show, blah blah blah. And then like Andrew Tate was like, well, I'm on your show now, so you saying like whatever you do. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I find that Piers Morgan tries to like bait people out sometimes.
Yeah, that's his job as a journalist though.
That's why he's the best interviewer.
And that's also why people just don't like him as well. Because he's like that.
Yeah, that's why I don't like him.
He knows it though and he loves it.
Yeah.
He loves that people hate
Don't
him.
get me wrong, it's good for
Relishes.
business obviously because he's getting views. Like that Ronaldo interview could have been done in one video, but my man split it into two.
He's smart.
And he spent 30 minutes
double
of that
the views, isn't it? Really?
Double the
30
views.
minutes of that was brown nosing as well. How much money you got in your bank account?
Yeah. I'm sure
Honestly.
you've got as much Instagram followers as much money you have in your account.
The guy's a joke.
Yeah,
he loves him, innit?
But mate, do you know what it all boils down to? Like you said, like Andrew Tate was going viral because of it. Mate, it's just money. Like all these things, and Piers Morgan the way he is because it makes him money.
Yeah.
Like, people are like that.
But you can get there are ways you can get money that's noble. Do you know what I'm saying?
but
So,
it's
wait,
slower.
what's not noble about him doing what he's doing?
Like I said, with the example that I mentioned about him baiting out Andrew Tate, saying that he agrees with some random dude's opinions just because he was on his show. It's like, why are you saying that? You know he's going to give you money, but you're going about it the wrong way. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you already have Andrew Tate in your show is enough to get you views. So you don't have to do them extra things, is what I'm trying to say.
Nah, but you have to. If you're a good journalist, you will do them.
Yeah. Mate,
you know what I mean?
It's like if someone gave you, it's almost like saying if someone gave you £1 million, so like would you just keep the million and just leave, or would you like try and get more?
I guess it's just like what we talked about last episode, isn't it?
Yeah, so like
10,000, 1 million.
Yeah, so it's almost like an investment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if people are going to watch the show, then he's only going to attract more. Like people are already going to go to watch Andrew Tate, but then if he starts saying like mad things while he's on there, he's only going to attract more people.
More views.
Because there'll start being clips and everyone's like, oh, maybe I should go watch the Andrew Tate.
No, I understand that. I know it's all for money, which is why I said, like, I started it off by saying, like, it's clever, because obviously, the fact that he even split the video into two in the first place, obviously that's going to get him.
Mate, he uploaded this.
So
but it's the fact that some people don't have any shame.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Like
so he can do it to get money if he wants, but that doesn't mean I have to like him.
Yeah,
for it.
No, of course.
Holly Willoughby and Philip Snowden could do that, but they don't.
I'm just saying why I don't like
That's your
him.
choice. I just want to know. I just don't see a problem with it. What he's doing. He's a journalist. That's his job to do.
To
go in. Do you know what I mean?
Do you rate the people that put that rubbish that they put on the Sun newspaper then? Because they're just the Sun. The Sun newspaper.
Yeah.
You know how not credible they are, and everyone knows.
Yeah, but that's a completely different thing.
Is it just well, no, it's not, is it?
That's somebody. That's paper's lying on people.
But no.
Do you know what I mean?
Listen, the way I see it, sorry, bro.
No, go on.
The way I see it is the Sun is the same as Piers Morgan because like the Sun are kind of the mixing facts, right? They're mixing facts just to get more people to get views and more people to buy the newspaper and stuff like that.
Yeah, everyone's doing that.
So that's what I'm saying. So do you agree with the people?
No, I don't agree with that.
I do think
it's a different thing.
Something like that is different because if you're in an interview, like just those two examples. If you're in an interview with someone, let's say you're interviewing Andrew Tate, right? See you later.
Yeah. See you later, again. Or make sure you get out some water this time.
Tissue, my eyes keep watering.
Like if you're in an interview with someone, they can defend themselves there and then, and they can give their side. Wherever it's a newspaper, it's the newspaper will put it on paper.
As soon as it's printed, it's out.
It's done. Like you're like unless you go and look for it, you're not gonna hear anything else.
No, I hear you.
So they can kind of do whatever they want. It's like imagine if Piers Morgan was on an was like if it was flipped round and it was Piers Morgan writing the newspaper. He could kind of twist it and say like, oh, is he doing this for this reason and make it look like maybe worse than it is. but the other person's not there to defend themselves, basically.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I see.
That's
that.
just
the
those
interview,
two
you're
examples.
actually asking questions.
He has the opportunity to kind of answer, and I guess he actually did because he was like, nah,
to be honest,
clear things up.
he actually made Andrew Tate in that interview not look that bad, but not because he was trying, but because of the way he worded his questions and the way Andrew Tate was responding. There were times I was there like
it was so 50-50. I don't know who won the battle. I feel like Andrew Tate dealt with the questions so well, but Piers Morgan was throwing them at him.
I think that's what it is.
Caught him a couple of times.
I think it made. I know what you mean by 50-50, but I think Andrew Tate looked better because it was 50-50. Because you maybe expect Piers Morgan to like not batter him down, but like you expect him to kind of come out better.
Well, what I think happened was, I think the turning point was like, I watched the whole thing. So how long was it? It was like an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
And like for 40 minutes, like Tate's getting battered by all these questions, and he's like knocking them out the park. Not necessarily like the answers are good that I agree with, but I mean as in like he constructed them well and didn't stutter and things like that. But in like 20 minutes ago, he goes to Piers Morgan. He's like, "Oh yeah, I know what your interview technique is. You keep interrupting me. You keep throwing this at me. You keep doing that." And it's when he called him out on it after smashing it for 40 minutes. That's when I was like, "Yeah, he's won the interview."
Yeah, nah, he knew. I think he, as much as hateable or likable you think Andrew Tate is, he's very good at what he does.
Yeah, obviously he's clever. Yeah, of course. And that's why I respect him. Yeah.
The fact that probably we're even talking about it now means that he's done whatever he needs to do. He'll keep going as well.
No, I get that. Would you say you have like a particular celebrity role model that you kind of look up to?
I already know mine. It's JME, mate.
Oh, is it?
No, but like even if you ignore me,
I rate JME.
I love it.
Like just some of the things that he says. Like anytime there's like a podcast and he's on it, I'm there like.
He's a very smart with it guy, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Nah, if Jamie, if you're ever watching this, yeah, jump on right now.
Yeah. Come on, let's get.
Come on.
Don't get cancelled.
If there was someone that I'd ever want to speak to, like just for like an hour, it's Jamie.
It's Jamie.
Because he seems so. I don't know.
He's wise. He's wise.
There you go. Yeah.
To be fair, like on that kind of level, for me, in terms of like rappers and musical artists and stuff, I would say Akala. Do you know Akala?
I know who Akala
is. He did Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Bro, that guy is clever, man. And when it comes to like political stuff, bro, he knows his stuff, man.
Yeah.
So with he's the kind of guy that I
he knows a lot of history as well, man.
Trust me, I rate Akala.
Right, what about you two then?
Oh mate, it's a tough one. But it's like depends what you're doing, because it's like the classic, like you've got your free dinner guests.
Yeah.
That's.
But it's like if it's a role model who I want to be like.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a role model. It can be, so say for example, with the dinner thing that you just said, right? Who would you have as a guest? I guess that would kind of tie in with the role model. Yeah.
They say.
Nah, who I want to have a conversation with he's dead, but I would say Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Okay, I rate that.
I'm
what
just
kind
a
of stuff
legend.
would you talk to him about though?
Well, just life in general.
Life.
What now?
No,
That's pretty good conversation. That's the worst conversation ever.
Passed away, but I'm saying
Dead conversation.
I would just want to know just his perspective on life. Just
To be
all
fair,
the shit that he went through.
I didn't know much about him, so I can really give an opinion about him. It's kind of
you gotta read up, bro. You gotta look
greatest
up.
athlete of
Watch
the
that
century,
movie,
bro.
Ali, bro.
Athlete.
Greatest athlete. You got voted the greatest athlete of the 20th century.
Well,
Really?
there's actually a
Muhammad
vote for
Ali.
that.
Yeah.
That's a matter of
Sports
opinion,
person.
isn't it? Surely you can't. How?
See,
do
I
you
can't
measure
have a
greatest
matter on the say, because I can't say, oh no, you can't vote Muhammad Ali. So I'm into boxing,
Yeah.
but like a novice level. Like I
That's
watch
what
the
I
big
mean.
fights, so I watch the big fights, but I don't know.
I'm
about
boxing mad, so it's
That's
different.
what I mean.
Yeah.
I've literally
True.
watched so much interviews and
That's
films and DVDs. Just
Saying that though, some of the interviews that with Mike Tyson, when he was in his prime,
Mike
he
Tyson's
sounded
a
like a
legend.
scary human
An animal,
being. Even
yeah.
now, to be honest,
Mm.
like he sounds crazy. And
I mean,
he's a different breed, isn't it?
yeah, I
different
remember. I remember hearing one, and he did like, what is it when they're like on the stage and they're sat like across from each other and they're talking.
The press conference.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, they're doing like their press
The
conference.
weigh-ins and stuff.
Yeah,
Like a face-off.
Yeah, and then I think it's like over, and they're walking up, and then someone in the crowd shouts something at Mike Tyson, and he's there like,
oh yeah,
I won't do his voice, but he's there like,
yeah.
come up here, and I'm like,
Now give it a go.
I'm gonna come there and fuck you.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna show you a good
So
time.
that's like his most famous.
Yeah,
Like
like
but
the man, he's
Like,
like,
I
yeah.
think I've seen a Key and Peele spin-off on that.
Mate,
to be
it's
fair.
because I remember I think because I was watching a podcast, he mentioned it, and I was like, I'll go see the video. And I saw the video and I was like, mate, that's like the Key and Peele sketch. Is that like, and then like after they're like married. And, like,
that makes sense then, bro. Because I've watched the Key and Peele sketch, but I've not seen the Mike Tyson thing, so I didn't really know what was kind of going on.
Like
there.
I didn't know it was real. He's like, I'm gonna come over there, like come up here and show me how much of a man you are. Like I'll come there and fuck you.
Yeah, and it was.
I mean, Andy Geezer bit someone's ear off.
Yeah,
Bro, he's crazy.
Speaking on that, sorry, bro. Have you seen that Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson have started like a new business of sweets? Where
it's edibles.
Like edibles.
No
like,
way.
They call that earbuds
ears
or something.
No way.
That's
It's
mad.
kind of mad.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Make
the
money out of it,
the
yeah.
guy's tapped though. Even now, like I think obviously,
No,
I think at the time he used to drink quite a lot. And I'm assuming he's.
Nah, he was on drugs.
Yeah, it wasn't
just
It
drink.
was more cocaine.
You're so cute, Ching. I love it.
Mate, I don't know. I don't
think he
know.
was drinking.
But yeah, no, even now, like some of the things. I wish.
But do you watch his podcast?
I listen. I watch podcasts, but they'll talk.
Because he's actually like mad spiritual and like
That's what I mean.
You're a sick guy, man.
Like now I've heard that he's calmed down quite a lot, obviously, but yeah, he just sounds crazy. And some of the things that I hear, like celebrities that will interact with him, like it's someone's like. I can't think of an example, but it's like if he says something, like you have to go and do it because it's Mike Tyson.
Because
Like,
Mike Tyson,
like there was one where like I think he was on a podcast with someone, and then they were smoking weed or whatever, and then you give someone the joint, but they didn't smoke weed usually, and then they're like no, and he's like mate smoke it.
It was Piers Morgan.
It was
Piers Morgan. It was Piers Morgan.
Yeah,
Piers Morgan a joint.
He doesn't.
Did he smoke it?
Yeah, but everyone in the comments, you know what they're like. They were like,
Oh,
bro
he
didn't even
inhale it,
inhale.
yeah.
And they're like, it's Piers Morgan.
Like,
he's not gonna be like.
And
some...
he said like no, smoke it. Like he's he's telling him.
Yeah.
And, like, but like it's Mike Tyson. Like you're
Piers
not
Morgan
you're not gonna
slated
say no.
stoners and shit before, and he slated drug users, and then he's been forced into
I
dragging
love
a
that.
jail.
Like, you're not.
Bro, I'm
gonna say
surprised I
no.
ain't seen that.
I
I'll show you
haven't
after,
seen
innit?
it. I only heard it if I saw it.
Nah, but I've seen it. It was Piers Morgan.
But yeah,
That's jokes.
that guy's crazy.
But I know what you mean. He was like, it wasn't just passing it to him. He was like,
It's like telling him like smoke it. Like you have to smoke
the
it.
tattoo side as well. Like he's looking at his tattoo. Like
You guys angry side.
That tattoo is just nuts, man.
Face tattoos before face tattoos.
mate, one of my mates, Magaluf, he ended up getting a like a skin rash, like a heat rash. But I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he did it. I'm pretty sure he got like a fake Mike Tyson tattoo on his face of Magaluf, and it ended up going heat rash. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no!
And then like when the tattoo like rubbed off, like the heat rash stayed there.
In the shape of the
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
Oh no!
Been talking about boxers. Have you seen Chris Eubank recently in the podcasts?
No,
He's gone off the rails, mate.
Oh yeah, I have. I watched some
the sun.
Like what?
crazy
Chris
interview the
Eubank
other day,
seen
man.
it.
He's nuts.
The older guy.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
was
the-
he
the-
so-
the-
So that he was in an
Bro,
interview, and
he's-
they're like, "Do you have any regrets?" He's like, "Oh, I regret not like his late son. Like, obviously it's a sad topic, but his late son. He was like, "Oh, Dad, do you want to go for a spliff?" He said no, and things like that, and then.
Kicked him out the house or something.
Yeah, and then he was like, I did something unspeakable, and then the interview host went, what was the unspeakable thing? He was like, don't you dare ask me to do that. Say that, don't you dare. He's like, it's my business, like that. And he was like, okay, and then it happened, like something happened later, and he was like, oh no, it was crazy. He just lost his head. He was like fully attacking this guy, and he starts growling at him and barking at him. Swears out, yeah.
Growling and barking at that.
Yeah.
Nah, surely
He's like, yeah, because this is what reminded me of it, because he was talking about Mike Tyson. He was like, I'm the greatest. He was like, bar Mike Tyson. He's the only person who can tell me what to do. Like that, swear down. Yeah. I've only saw it like a couple of weeks.
Oh man.
But he's
moving. He's moving.
But I think him and Junior, Chris Eubank Jr. They're not talking.
They're not speaking.
Yeah, they're not speaking.
Okay, right.
He's obviously just grieving his son, man.
Yeah, grieving.
Sorry,
Yeah.
just quickly.
Speak on it, man.
How many kids did he have?
I think 2.
Was it 2?
2 boys at least.
Okay, because I don't know. Well, I know basically nothing about him. And I remember seeing that a while ago that he lost his son, but then I always see him talking
Nah, I
about
think he
Chris
did,
Eubank Jr.
yeah.
They're like, I didn't know who was who. That's fine. That's what I just wanted to know.
But yeah, the son that's still alive, they don't talk now anyway.
Oh really?
So I think they're just not dealing with it well. which is quite sad. But still, I don't think there's someone that should be telling him not to go on podcasts.
Yeah,
he's clearly
he looks like he needs help.
Yeah, like he shouldn't be on podcasts doing this stuff if he's like hurting that bad.
I feel like a lot of actually saying a lot of boxers is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but boxers do end up kind of having like mental issues and stuff like that. When
if you spend years just getting punched in the head.
Yeah.
Well, you do apparently, because that's your pet peeve, isn't it?
Saying that though, that's like maybe not so much relevant nowadays, but it's like wrestling. Like I don't know if you guys. I don't know how much you guys know.
I used to love wrestling.
We were talking about it the other day, bro. I was obsessed with it, bro.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I'll be watching some channels, yeah, and it shows like the old, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, all just the highlights and shit.
How old's that? That's a bit old for me.
Yeah, so when did you must have started watching like John Cena era, innit?
So I hated him.
Bro, I feel like
I love John Cena, man. John Cena,
you lot kind of like.
Sorry.
You just kind of take it away.
You got me gassed.
Only because I started getting gassed about wrestling.
Yeah.
So talk your piece. I'll chip in whenever I can.
I've ruined it now. No,
I was gonna.
Once it happens, you just gotta let it.
I should have just
let it run.
I was gonna ask you a question. Attitude Era was like. It was like late 90s, early 2000s.
I was born in 99.
And then, but then like Ruthless Aggression was like.
You've never heard of that.
2001 to 2006.
What is all this? What's
basically, in wrestling.
Let me get my notes out.
in wrestling, like it's just it will just kind of go through phases, and like, as people look back, like people will say, "Oh, it was the Attitude Era phase," or like at one point because. Mate, I'm gonna I'm probably start fucking nerding out. I've got a mate who loves it as well.
That's good.
Like WWE and what was WCW, there used to be two separate brands.
Yeah.
So one was owned by Vince McMahon, who does WWE.
Yeah.
But then another one was owned by some other guy. I don't remember his name. But then and at one point they were like going at each other. You got to remember these are shows about. It's almost like watching. Imagine like Friends and Big Bang Theory going at each other sort of thing. Like, that's how people.
They were on at the same time every week, so it was like
exactly. And like they started proper. They were like going for each other. Like at one point, one thing happened on one show. No, sorry, something was about to happen on the other show.
Yeah.
And one of the shows spoiled it. Like they were because obviously wrestling is like it's not predetermined.
It's like draw, yeah.
It's so they were there like, oh yeah, this person is going to win the title before it happened on the other show.
Right.
And obviously like if you're a big company and you start like someone's ruining that shit for you, like it's gonna cause problems sort of thing. Yeah. But yeah, no. Back to the question. Yeah, it's just different parts of like different time zones in wrestling that people kind of look back on. They say, "Oh, this was the Attitude Era when this, that, and this was happening."
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
So is there like so what like particular wrestlers? So you say like John Cena would be in a particular era, and
he's been in like a couple eras now.
Yeah, but like he would have come in at a certain point. So
Ruthless Aggression.
John Cena came in Ruthless Aggression era, and he started 2002. And
Jesus, but he's exact year. That's crazy.
Yeah, my mate knows 10 times more than me. Like sometimes he goes off. But yeah, that's how it gets split up sometimes. That's all the eras and stuff.
Right, I got a question for you guys. Right, who is the GOAT of wrestling and who is your GOAT of wrestling?
Bro, it depends if you're talking about the actual you have to, when you have to break it down.
That's why I said
because there's like actual like the best technically. Yeah. That would probably be like Shawn Michaels.
Nah, come on, man. Don't like.
No,
but if you're talking about the greatest of all time, I would say The Rock or Steve Austin.
I
think in like 10 years' time, it'll probably be John Cena.
That's what I mean.
I think people 10 years before would say Hulk Hogan as well.
But then if
Hulk Hogan was like the old GOAT.
Ric Flair as well.
But then it's like if you ask people, let's say
Undertaker.
Let's say if you ask like a 13-year-old now, who's the best wrestler ever?
They'd say Logan Paul.
Exactly, he's a but like they probably won't even think like Rock or Austin or Hogan because it's just not their era.
See, my era was Undertaker, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio.
Randy Orton was wavy as well.
To be fair, we probably would have watched it at the same time, but I just like watched like bare videos and I play with the game.
For some reason, I remember SmackDown versus Raw, the game at 09.
Oh, what?
I used to love them. All them games, bro.
Exactly.
Triple H.
Shawn Michaels.
Not OG Triple H with the longer hair.
Yeah, no, obviously.
The DX and that.
That's what I mean. Like it depends. Like people, I think a lot of like the wrestling community though, because I hear a lot like the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. So they'll pick 4 people who are like the best ever, and they'll try and kind of.
So what's your Mount Rushmore?
Me.
That was such an effort to say that. Mount
Rushmore. me personally, I don't, because I don't know. I might be sat here thinking about it for ages. And
is it? Is it gonna get too deep? Like,
but like a lot of people will say like Rock and Austin, Hulk Hogan, because he was proper influential like at the time. Yeah. And then like. They might say like John Cena just because.
So what's Mount Rushmore? Like your 4
like basically like the top 4 ever.
Okay.
Because actual Mount Rushmore's like.
I didn't even watch Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. When I was introduced to The Rock, he was in fucking Fast and Furious.
Yeah, he's already moved on to movies.
So like, I was too late for The Rock. My fault.
But he still came back like quite a few times though, isn't
it?
He was in and out.
Yeah, but then I'd probably go. I apologise. I look like I'm bawling my eyes out here.
No, it's
get emotional about
it. Well, no, the memories, the nostalgia. Of WWE.
Yeah.
I went to see it at the Bit as well before WWE.
Oh, so that?
Yeah,
the Bit. I watched Seth Rollins was there. Randy Orton.
Stop it. Seth Rollins is my favourite.
Kane was there.
He's getting fully gassed.
No, I am.
Do you remember Sin Cara?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. There's that Rey Mysterio kind of guy.
There was a couple of the women there. The female fighters.
Yeah.
Bro, what I was gonna say, man.
The
girls on that
Sasha Banks.
Who's that?
That's Nikki and Brie Bella, mate.
Look at him.
No, trust me. Honestly, it doesn't. You can ask.
I think the real question should be the best intros, like the best theme songs.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
See, but this is what I mean.
The game of
like,
The Undertaker.
Easily.
Surely The Undertaker.
Undertaker's like, he had the best entrance.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about, right?
The coldest entrance.
Yeah, it's Undertaker. Like,
for sure.
Because it starts with like the massive gong, like
and
all the lights go off.
Especially had the gong.
You should like. Even,
Alberto Del Rio used to pull up on
a big like a Cadillac or something.
Yeah.
No, but when you watch Undertaker, like especially like towards the end of his career, because he's retired now, only like a last year or something.
Yeah, it's like last year.
But if you start watching his entrances, once you hear the gong,
the
whole stadium is silent for a good like 3 minutes just while he's walking.
That's great.
Just because
that
it's
is mad.
like you watch it.
It's just a thing, innit?
Exactly. Like imagine
you have respect
kind of gives you
for the Undertaker.
Mate, imagine being there and you just hear it and everything just goes dead quiet. Like even like when you're watching it on TV, the commentators.
I used to get gassed every time he used to come out when I was watching it.
Yeah, of course.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time I heard that bell, I'd be gassed.
Yeah,
I used to literally. I used to watch it and just hope that he would come out every week. But, do you know what I mean? But they don't fight every week. That's the thing, because obviously injuries and stuff.
I remember the best.
Now go on.
The best trade ever made in my life. Like I had some handlebars for a scooter. And wait.
Just the handlebars.
Handlebars for a scooter and a Nokia brick phone without a battery in it, and I gave it to my mate for the 2009 Royal Rumble disc. The best Royal Rumble
mate,
ever.
I think you lost.
Oh, do you know what? Who won that?
No, I got the Royal Rumble disc and gave him some scooter grips and a phone with no battery in it.
I was gonna say.
And I got this disc and I watched it about 20 times. This Royal Rumble.
Was it John Cena who won that?
Who won?
Nah, so it was
2009.
It was like Randy Orton, The Miz, what's it? Ted DiBiase.
What? These are the last 4.
And someone else. And I swear they like trioed up on someone.
So that would be.
There we go. Oh, that's what
mate, of course I know what it is.
I think we're done,
from who you've given.
Oh, is that time?
Yeah.
Oh, is that an hour?
This is what happens when you get too into the podcast. So, like, listen, we're just gonna.
Oh, how we started talking about wrestling. But
yeah, that was a good episode. I'm not gonna lie.
It was quite decent.
So yeah.
Sound.
We're just gonna cut it off there. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe.
I doubt we will. I doubt we'll do the camera.
Like
It'll just be Spotify. I think this one will just be a Spotify.
Just support the podcast.
Especially if you're walking out every time.